How to play Pokemon Go. For years, Pokemon fans have fired up their Game Boys and Nintendo DS to catch and train powerful teams of Pokemon. With Pokemon Go, the line between Pokemon and the world we live in is as thin as ever. With a few simple steps, you can learn how to be a successful Pokemon trainer, and, maybe one day, even catch them all. Number 1. Getting started with the Pokemon Go app. Go to the App Store. Pokemon Go is available on the iPhone and Android. From the home screen of your phone, swipe your finger to the right and type App Store or Play Store on an Android into the search bar that appears. Tap the App Store icon to open the App Store. Search for the Pokemon Go app. Tap on the search button at the bottom of the screen and type Pokemon Go into the search bar. Tap Search to see a list of results pop up. Download the Pokemon Go app. Find the Pokemon Go app in the results. Tap the Get button at the top right corner of the results bar. You may be prompted to enter your Apple ID password. After doing this, you should see the app begin to download. Open the Pokemon Go app. Press the home screen button and tap on the new Pokemon Go icon that will have appeared. If you don't see the app on your home screen, swipe left until you see the spotlight search bar appear where you can type Pokemon Go in and tap on the app that appears. Allow Pokemon Go to access your location. Giving the app access to your location will allow you to make full use of the game's features. Enter your date of birth. When you have done this, hit Submit. Number 2. Sign up for a Pokemon Go account. You can do this one of two ways. Sign up using Gmail. If you have a Gmail account, you can choose this option to link your account to the game, allowing you to share data between the two accounts. Signing up with Gmail currently seems to be more stable than using the Pokemon Trainer Club. Sign up for the Pokemon Trainer Club. This is a feature on Pokemon.com that seeks to create a dedicated community of Pokemon players who can communicate, battle, and trade Pokemon with one another. If you're interested in joining this community, this is a good option to choose. Design your trainer avatar. After accepting the terms and conditions and an introduction from Professor Willow, you'll be taken to the picture of two avatars. Tap your preferred presentation and you will be taken to a screen where you can edit different physical features of your avatar. Edit your features by tapping on the different sections of each and using the arrows to toggle between different looks. Tap on the check mark at the bottom right corner of the screen when you are finished designing your avatar. You're ready to go. Number 3. Catching Pokemon. Check the sidebar for Pokemon. If Pokemon are nearby, you'll see a gray sidebar on the bottom right corner of your screen that displays the silhouettes of the Pokemon near you. Watch for rustling grass. On your screen, look for a set of leaves moving around in the distance. When you see some, you are receiving an indication that there may be a Pokemon there. Walk to the rustling grass. Yes, literally walk, with your feet, to where you see the rustling grass on the map. When you approach the spot, a Pokemon may appear on your screen. Tap on the Pokemon. When you get close enough to a Pokemon, tap on it to enter the game's capture mode. It's battle time. Check the Pokemon's CP level. A Pokemon's combat points, or CP level, is the number shown in the gray bar above its head, and it denotes their strength. A Pokemon with a low CP level will be easier to capture than a Pokemon with a high level. Use the right type of Pokeball. There are different types of Pokeballs you can use to capture Pokemon, and they yield different levels of effectiveness. A Pokeball is the most basic and weakest kind of ball to use. It's also the kind of Pokeball you receive as you start the game. You can stock up on Pokeballs at a Pokestop, which will be discussed more in this article. You can also buy Pokeballs at the Pokeshop. Wait for the right moment. Look for the ring that sits inside the circle where the Pokemon is standing. It'll be red, orange, or green depending on how difficult the Pokemon is to capture. It'll also change in size. When this ring is at its smallest, the Pokemon is most vulnerable and your chances at capturing it are highest, but only if your Pokeball lands within the ring. When you're ready, swipe the Pokeball towards the Pokemon to capture it. You'll throw a Pokeball at it. If you miss, or the Pokemon bursts out of the Pokeball, you can try again until it flees. If it runs away, don't fret, return to your map, and move on to your next attempt at finding and capturing a Pokemon. Master your throwing technique. The single most important factor that affects your ability to successfully capture Pokemon is the technique you use to fling a Pokeball at it. To throw a Pokeball, simply use your finger to flick the Pokeball towards the Pokemon on the screen. To improve your throws, be sure to get your angle right. If you accidentally throw your Pokeball too far to the left or right, you'll miss the Pokemon. Use the right amount of force. A slower, shorter flick will cause you to throw the ball with less force. A quick, longer flick will cause the ball to fly faster and longer. Try to throw the ball with some force, but be sure not to overshoot the Pokemon during your throw. Turn off augmented reality. Battles in augmented reality require you to have greater throwing precision as you try to capture Pokemon. To have a better shot at catching them, turn off AR in the game settings. Number 4. Using Pokestops. Look for Pokestops on your map. As you venture around the world, look for floating blue cubes on your map. These are Pokestops, where you can acquire valuable gear for your journey as a Pokemon trainer. Walk towards the Pokestop. As you approach it, it will change shape, turning into a metal shaped like a Pokeball. This signals that you are close enough to use the Pokestop. Tap on the Pokestop. This will bring up a close-up view of the Pokestop. Spin the metal with your finger. A number of items will appear around the metal. Tap on the items to add them to your pack. Find another Pokestop that is blue. After you use a Pokestop, it will turn purple, indicating that you've recently used it and it needs time to reset before you can collect more items from it. To collect more items, head to a Pokestop that appears on your map as blue.